I 26M was cheated on by my girlfriend, 23F. I grew up with little to no relationship experience. I had issues with self-confidence. I had never been close with a woman. I was kind of odd, and talking to girls was always difficult for me. I tried dating apps, but even though I wasn't bad looking and had a kind heart, I just couldn't seem to meet anyone. I was studying engineering in college, and between classes and projects, I had little time or energy left for a social life. A couple of years later, when I turned 25, I decided to give dating apps another try. I was still living with my parents because of student debt. I matched with a beautiful girl. Her profile immediately stood out. Not only was she attractive, but she seemed adventurous, fun, and open, the complete opposite of me. She had just returned to Texas after living in Canada for a few years. We hit it off right away, though I was too nervous to ask her out at first. Still, we kept chatting regularly. After a month of messaging, I finally built up the courage to meet her. She worked as a bartender, so I went to visit her while she was on shift. Things went great, and soon after, we went on our first date. It was a bit awkward for me due to my lack of experience, but she made me feel at ease. I could be myself around her. I opened up about my insecurities, and she didn't judge me. One thing led to another, and soon we were spending almost all our time together. I lost my virginity to her. She brought out a side of me I didn't know existed. We went on dates, tried things I never thought I'd have the guts to do. A few months into the relationship, she started opening up about her past. According to her, she didn't have a father growing up. Her mom constantly moved from place to place, chasing wealthy men, so her childhood lacked stability. She described her family as abusive. She didn't have many friends and never pursued an education. She came back to Texas to start over and escape a toxic relationship. She said she had been cheated on and had trouble trusting people. I reassured her that I was loyal and that I'd never cheat. Infidelity was my worst fear. She had no money, no place to live, but I never judged her or her past. I began to fall in love with her. She earned her GED. I encouraged her to leave the bar she worked at. It was a dangerous, toxic environment. Despite the decent money she made, she often complained about how uncomfortable and unsafe it was. I supported her when she decided to go to EMS school, even though she doubted herself. She had no academic background or encouragement from anyone except me, but I knew she could do it. A few months later, she graduated and became a certified EMT. I was so proud of her, her biggest cheerleader. We decided to take the next step. We started looking at apartments. We even got approved for one, but decided to hold off on signing the lease until she settled into her new job. That's when things started to change. She took a job that, according to her, would require occasional travel. Around that same time, we adopted a stray kitten we found together, a little piece of shared responsibility and love. But before long, she had to leave for a week of training out of state, and she asked me to post the kitten for adoption. I thought that was a little cold, so I kept the kitten. What she told me, and I still don't know if it was true, was that she'd only be deployed to disaster areas and would mainly stay in Texas. That turned out to be false. After her week-long training, she stayed for 2 more weeks for clinicals. Then she began rotating deployments, 3 weeks away, 1 week home. We saw each other when we could. I visited her and she visited me. But I began to feel like the relationship was becoming one-sided. I was the one putting in all the effort. She had no clear plans for the future, no timeline for being home more consistently. She had met a new group of friends during training. One of them was a guy. At first, I didn't think much of it. I trusted her. But then she started posting photos. One showed him with his arm around her. In a video, she was on someone's back at a concert. It looked like him. I felt disrespected. She said they were just friends and apologized. Over time, I noticed she was changing. She talked about him more and more, went on little outings with that group, started listening to music she never liked before, music he had introduced her to. She comforted him when his mom died. One weekend, she said she was having a girls' night with another friend from the group. Things weren't adding up, but she always told me she missed me, loved me, and that I was the best man she'd ever met. One time, I tried to visit her on her day off, but she didn't want me to come. She had plans in the same city where her friend group lived. That's when she brought up the idea of commitment. She said if I wanted her to quit her job and be closer to me, she needed a ring. We'd only been together for 10 months. It felt like emotional blackmail. So, with a heavy heart, I ended things. I dropped her stuff off at a relative's house and sent her a message. She showed up anyway, called me from fake numbers, emailed me, messaged me on LinkedIn. The next morning, she was crying at my door. We talked. She admitted she was wrong and said she wanted to fix things. We spent a beautiful night together, and I allowed myself to hope again. I was wrong. A week later, she told me her friend would kick her out unless she broke up with me. It sounded weird. Then she admitted she had lied about working a shift. She had gone to our hometown instead. I was upset, but forgave her. She came to visit again, and I took her on a trip. We had an amazing time. She opened up and admitted she had started developing feelings for that guy, but insisted she never cheated. She also said he had threatened me, saying he'd hurt me if I ever hurt her. That shocked me. I'd never raised my voice or laid a hand on her. I asked her to choose. I said, I love you, but if you love someone else, I'll let you go. She said she wanted to be with me. Then she left and started having second thoughts again. I called and asked her one last time, did you cheat on me? She said no. She repeated the threat from the guy. I'd had enough. I messaged him myself. He told me they had been intimate, that she had lied and said we had broken up. She had been cheating for at least a month and a half. What hurts most is that during that time, she was telling me she loved me. We were still physically close. We were planning a future. I was sending her food and flowers, supporting her when she got sick. When our kitten died and I had to go through that alone, she was there on FaceTime while sleeping with someone else. I feel like a complete idiot. I lost my girlfriend and our kitten. I was blinded by love. If it weren't for that guy, I might have never learned the truth. And now she's off on another adventure. I feel broken. I don't know how to get over this. I feel like I'll never be able to trust anyone again.